4, so it has 8. And the Wraith has 7 overall, so that's a victory for the Ghoul, who's going to turn in that Wraith trophy. Oh, actually, wait. When you kill an enemy in battle. Okay, so that doesn't count for Psychic, only for battle. Right. Okay, well anyway, yeah, he's going to turn that in for a bonus craft. And now his craft's at 5. All right. And on to the wizard. Here we go. A 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 crags. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ruins. Let's go to the ruins and draw 2 cards. See what he gets. Hermit, Stranger, and Devil Event. So, if you are evil, gain 1 life. Other things happen if you're something else, but he is evil, so he's going to gain a life. The wizard does. So now he has 5. And the Hermit is a Stranger. Roll to see where he ends up. He'll give a Talisman to the first person who gets there. Plane of Peril. Alright, you get there, you get a Talisman. Nice. Alright, and now back to the Ghoul. Rolls a 1. Let's just send him to the woods and draw 1. Ooh, Orb of Knowledge, a very good card to have. Once per turn, whenever you draw adventure cards, you may discard 1 drawn card of your choice that you do not wish to encounter and draw a new card to replace it. Ooh, that's lovely for the Ghoul. Alright then, now back to the wizard. Rolls a 3. He could go to the plains or the fields. Let's go to the plains. Draw 1. Sorcerer has set up shop here for the rest of the game. Sells 1 random spell per visit to any character that encounters this card. So long as the craft allows, each spell costs 1 gold. Alright, that's a nice spell shop there. And so, he's not going to buy a spell because he doesn't have enough craft to have 3 spells yet. So, back to the Ghoul, who rolls a 4. Fields or fields. Go to these fields. Stay generally close to the graveyard. Holy Lance. No evil character may possess the Holy Lance, but it would add 1 to your strength during battle against non-dragons or 3 to your strength during battle against dragons. It's a nice object, but neither character is going to benefit from it at this point. And since the Ghoul now has the Orb of Knowledge, let's go ahead and discard that and get another card. Market Day. Every character gets to buy something if they want or can. So I think what we're going to do for the Ghoul, you can take a look at Market Day. There's a little menu of items that you can buy. Let's go with a sword for the Ghoul. He spends a gold and picks up a sword from the purchase deck. And there's a sword that adds 1 to his strength in battle. And then the wizard, does he want to buy anything? I think he also wants to buy a sword. Why not? Yeah, let's do that for him. He's a little weak in strength. He's only got 2 strength, so a sword would do well for him at this point, or anytime really. Okay, and now we are back to, after this goes away, back to the wizard. Alright, he rolls a 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 fields or plains. Let's go to the fields and draw 1. Raiders attacks you and steals all your gold. They stash it at the oasis. Yada 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 event, but it doesn't affect him really because he has no gold, just spent that gold. So that was a good move. And now back to the Ghoul. Rolls a 2, could go to the plains or the fields. Let's go here, stay close to the graveyard. Draw 1. It's a witch. Stranger. Roll 1 die, see what happens. 6. Replenish fate up to your starting fate value. Ah, he's already full. So, back to the wizard. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 planes or sorcerer. Let's go to planes. Draw 1. Ogre, strength 5. Uh-oh, that's not so good for him. The wizard. But, okay, we gotta fight. That's the rules. So, strength 2 to strength 5. Here's the wizard. He's only got 5 total, and the ogre's got 9. That's a definite loss of life there. Oh, I forgot about the sword, though. That's 3 plus 3 is 6, and 6 to 9 still loses. Should he use a fate? Nah, probably not. Okay, that ogre will be hanging out here, and wizard loses that extra life that he had previously gotten. Okay, and back to the ghoul. Also, just a quick note, if you would, please be sure to like this video, share it, comment if you have anything interesting. Quick side note, please be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. It really helps out my channel, and I do appreciate it. Trying to bring you more and more Talisman content as time goes by. Alright, and then, again, I'm rolling for the ghoul. A 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fields. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fields. Let's go over to these fields. Draw 1. Holy symbol, magic object. If you are evil, you do not lose a life in the chapel. Good, you don't lose one in the graveyard. You may automatically destroy any enemy spirit without resorting to psychic combat. Spirits destroyed in this manner can be collected as trophies. That's pretty nice. You couldn't really do that in the 4th edition with this object. But yeah, so it looks like the ghoul's picking up some pretty sweet objects. Okay. Now, back to the wizard. 6, 4, 5, 6 planes. Woods. Okay, let's go to the woods over here. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and draw 1. Okay, Lemure craft 1. That should be an easy win because our craft, the wizard's craft, is 5. Anyway, we'll just do the roll. 5 plus 1 is 6. 1 plus 4 is 5, so yeah, the Lemure is defeated, and we'll take that as a trophy for the wizard. Just set it over there. Alright, and back to the ghoul. Rolls a 1. Definitely, well, he could go to the chapel and do nothing since he has the holy symbol, but he'll go to the crags and risk it for the biscuit. See what happens here. And a 4 is nothing happens. Safe. Alright. In that case, back to the wizard. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, he could go to the crags and try to take down the ghoul, which he could do just straight up battle, and he'd have a slight advantage, or psychic combat, it'd be an even fight. So, I think he's gonna go with, yeah, he's gonna go attack the ghoul. The wizard will. And it's going to be 3 to 2, and if the wizard wins, he really wants to take the Orb of Knowledge, of course. Alright, here we go. Battle it out. Wizard rolls a 3. Ghoul rolls in defense a 1. Oh my. Alright, so the wizard now has a strength of 6, or attack score of 6, to the ghoul's 3. Anyone gonna choose to do a fate? I think the ghoul is kind of desperate to hold on to that orb, so he's gonna spend a fate. And the wizard, I think, you know what? It's just gonna be a plain old, both of them are gonna try again. So here's the wizard. Again, he rolls a 3, and the ghoul rolls a 2. It's still not good enough to defeat the wizard. And so, wizard is successful and scoops up the Orb of Knowledge. Boom. And the ghoul shrieks, "No!" Alright. Okay, now back to the ghoul, who is a little miffed now after that encounter. Fields or hills? Let's go to the fields over here and draw 1. It is a raft. He can only have it for 1 turn, then he's got to discard it or use it. He'll just hold it for now. Okay, back to the wizard. Rolls a 3. He could go try to beat up the ghoul again, or go to the hills. Does he want to risk it for the biscuit again against the ghoul and try to take the holy symbol? Nah, he's gonna go over here to the hills, draw 1. Siren. Each character in this region rolls 1 die. If your roll is greater than your craft, skip your next turn, then discard this card. He's just gonna get rid of that with the Orb of Knowledge. Get another one. 2 bags of gold. Much better for him. Discard that. Get 2 bags of gold. Okay. Alright. And now we are back to the ghoul. Rolls a 3. Yeah, and he's not going to use the raft, I guess. He'll just discard it. And, well, actually, no, you know what? We're going to back it up a little bit. Never mind the roll. I had forgotten about the raft. He is going to use the raft. He's going to go to the Warlock's Cave and try to get a quest for a talisman. He rolls a 6, which is usually an easier quest. Discard 2 gold. Okay, once he gets 2 gold, he has to immediately discard it. And then he's teleported back to the Warlock's Cave and receives a talisman, which he will need in order to get from the Valley of Fire to the Crown of Command. Okay. Well, back to the wizard. Rolls a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll go over here. Draw 1. Book of Spells. Ooh, you can draw your full capacity of spells according to your craft. Ooh, he's already got his max spells. So he's going to throw that back with the Orb of Knowledge. You get another one. Another 2 bags of gold. Who shuffled this deck? Oh yeah, it was me. Hehe. Okay. More gold for the wizard. Alright. And then we're gonna go over to the ghoul. Alright, desert or runes. He'll go to the runes. Anything he fights there adds 2 to its attack score. Why did I roll? Didn't need to. I need to draw 1. Oh, well, he's got a talisman, so he can just kind of forget about that quest he was thinking about. He's got the talisman now. That quest he was assigned, not necessary anymore. Okay, so a 5 for the wizard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tavern or Sentinel. Let's go Sentinel. Draw 1. It's going to be another sword. And I think right now... Oh, he's got to cast at the start of his turn. He's going to alchemize one of those swords later. Ghoul. Rolls a 3, could go to the Warlock's Cave again, or to the Hidden Valley, or he could try to beat up the wizard and take back something, but nah. 1, 2, 3, Hidden Valley, draw 3 cards. 1, a 2, and a 3. Oof, this is good and bad. The Ghoul really wishes he had the Orb of Knowledge still. Okay, first off, based on encounter number, he's going to have to face a Strength 7 dragon. Then he'll have to face, actually, he'll face that plus this hobgoblin together, so it'll be a total strength of 10. Then if he beats both of them somehow, he gets this gnome follower, which would be incredibly great for getting through the inner region tasks, the trials, the final trials quicker. There's a lot of text on here, but the gist of it is that this gnome gives you the same abilities that the dwarf character already has, which makes it easy to get through this door and then through the mines and so on and so forth, and a few other little nice things. Okay, well, strength 10, and his strength's only 2. There is no mathematical way he's going to win this one, so it's going to be a loss of life, and that gnome is sitting there, which, if you're a craft type character, is really a good follower. Okay, anyway, he's going to lose a life from that. And then we're on back to the wizard. Alright, 4 for the wizard. Oh yes, actually beforehand he wanted to use alchemy just to get it off his hands. He's going to discard that. Discard the sword. Get another gold. Not that he really needs it too bad right at this point, but more the merrier. So then he got that out of the way. We'll just go with the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. He's got a lot of gold. Let's buy him an armor, which is 3 gold at the village blacksmith. 3 gold for an armor, which will allow him to, if he's about to lose a life in battle, if he rolls a 4, 5, or 6, he doesn't lose the life, though he lost the battle. Helpful thing to have. Okay, back to the ghoul. Rolls a 5. He could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he's just gonna go out to the witch, try his luck. Oh, and a 2 is lose 1 life. He's gonna risk it for the biscuit. He's playing it wild here. He's gonna roll again with a fate. And he rolled a 6, which is gonna be replenish your fate. Okay, so he gets 2 more back. Okay, and back on over to the wizard, who'd like to get rid of that mesmerism to keep cycling spells, but Ghoul doesn't have a follower yet. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fields or hills. Let's do hills. Draw 1. Bandit, strength 4. Gotta fight it. If I win, then I get a gold. Lose life. Okay, so strength 3 to this strength of 4. And I have armor. Okay, here's the wizard's roll. Uh-oh, 1. Bandit's roll 4, so that is 8 to 4. Now, if he uses a fate, it's not worth a fate. Okay. But I'm gonna use the armor, so 4, 5, or 6, don't lose a life. There's a 4. No loss of life. It's essentially a wash. Kinda. Alright. Back to the ghoul. 2. Go to the woods here. Draw 1. Spectre. Craft 3. Alright. He could just destroy it with the holy symbol, actually. Enemy spirit, and he gets it as a trophy. Yep, he's gonna use that old holy symbol to do that. All right, wizard rolls a 1, and he'll go to the sentinel. Draw 1. Potion of strength. All right, he's got 1 more item slot. So once he drinks this potion, he adds 2 to his strength for the end till the end of the turn. Okay. All right, back to the ghoul. Rolls a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fields are fields. Let's go to these fields. Draw 1. 2 bags of gold. He could have used that earlier if he still needed to do his quest, which I'm going to say he didn't need to do, so he's not going to get teleported back since he's already got a Talisman. Yeah. Excuse me. Okay, back to the wizard, who would really like to get his hands on that gnome. So would the ghoul. But anyway, the wizard's gonna go 2 over to the graveyard, replenish his, well, actually he just gets 1 fate. Gains 1 fate. Because he's evil. Ghoul rolls a 3. And he's gonna, ooh, he could go attack. And he's gonna go to the ruins, draw 2. Imp. And market. All right, so the market has options there, but this imp is an event that's going to teleport the ghoul away somewhere right now. 5, Hidden Valley. Oh, he gets another round there. Okay, well, that didn't work out so great before. It's probably not gonna again because nothing has changed. There's no way he can win that, so he's gonna lose a life. Boom. Lost a life. Back to the wizard. Rolls a 1. Gonna go to the woods. Draw 1. Bandit again. Another bandit on this street. There it is. Strength 4. Alright. Strength 3. He's just gonna go ahead and use this potion of strength. Why not? So now that's 3, 4, 5. 5 to 4, so here's the wizard. 10 to 8. He wins, takes him as a trophy, which is plenty to get. Yeah, 1 strength. That's fine. Yeah, 1 more strength for the wizard right here. And a gold. It says for the bandit you get a gold if you beat him. Alright. And then we are back to the ghoul, who's not doing so great thus far. He could go to the castle and heal up some lives. He could go back out, try to beat that bandit. Yeah, let's do that. 1, 2, 3. He's gonna try to beat the bandit, and his strength is okay, sorry. 3 to 4. Here's the ghoul. Bandit. Oof. Bandit wins big time. I don't think it's even worth a re-roll. So, yeah. Dang. Sorry, ghoul. You're just getting wrecked. Okay. Well, alright. Back to the wizard. Rolls a 3. Village or chapel. Village. Doesn't draw, he just does something, and he's gonna roll at the mystic. 6 is gain a spell. Alright, that works. And he gets divination. You can look at the top 5 cards before he moves and see what's coming for the wizard. Okay, back to the ghoul. Rolls a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 woods. Or over here to the village. It's got 1 life left. Oh boy. Let's go to the woods. Draw 1. It's a ghost of craft 4. Ooh. It's gonna materialize in the village. Okay. Back to the wizard. You go to the woods or ruins. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's gonna go to the ruins. He has to draw 1 since it's a draw 2 card space. He could pick up this helmet, except does he have enough space? Yes, he does. He'll just take it. And then he could go to the market. He'd have to drop something if he really wants to pick something up here with his gold. I think he's gonna get a raft actually. And he'll drop the helmet, pick up a raft. With 3 gold from the market. And he's gonna probably use it next turn. He's wanting to go get the gnome somehow. Okay, but he's got to drop this helmet right here. Raft. Back to the ghoul. Rolls a 6. Woods or sentinel. Let's go to the woods and draw 1. 2 bags of gold. Alright. 2 bags of gold for the ghoul. Alright, and then the wizard is gonna go over to the woods with his raft. Draw 1. It's an angel. If you're good, gain a life. Evil, lose a life. Nothing happens if you're neutral. But Orb of Knowledge, throw that back. The Maze, roll 1 die. If the result is greater than your craft, skip your next turn. Okay, so he's got to roll less than 5, 5 or less. Oh, and he rolls a 6. Alright, he skips his next turn. Alright, back to the ghoul. 4, city, or pick up the helmet and go to the market. Yeah, he's gonna do that. He takes the helmet, goes to the market. With his 4 gold, he's gonna buy probably a mule and a water bottle. Yeah, it's gonna buy a mule and a water bottle. All right, mule, water bottle. Talisman doesn't count towards the object limit in this version. Now, wizard. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 Grave Knight. 1, 2, 3, 4 Desert. Oof, both those suck. Alright, so instead what he's gonna do is he's gonna use a Fate. And he'll go... Let's see. Well, he's gonna use a Fate. And he'll go, just stop here at the temple, see what he gets. So that's an 8, and he's gonna get, gain 1 craft, nice. All right, now we can have up to 3 spells. All right, cool. Rolls a 2. He's gonna go to the tavern. Roll, or he can use the ferryman. Yeah, he's gonna use the ferryman. He's gonna spend 2 gold. Next turn he gets to go across to the temple. Alright, so the wizard's gonna take a look at the top 5 cards. See what's coming up. Alright, so what's coming up is, oh boy, some fun stuff. An axe, a magic stream, a calamity, pestilence, and ogre. I'll just lay those out for you guys so you can see. Basically, the first 3 are pretty good. The last 2 are not so good. We'll just leave it at that. Okay. And then he's going to try and get the mule from the ghoul. So if a 5 or 6 is rolled here, it doesn't work. Okay, it does work. So mesmerism's gone, the mule's his, and he gets another spell, which is invisibility. Cast as required. You may evade any creature or character till the end of your turn. That's now his spell. And all of that before he rolled, which is now 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 to the portal of power or the desert. He'll go to the portal, draw 1. And of course, as we knew, it is the axe, which he can carry because he's got a mule. So that works out. Now his alright. Spell. And the ghoul gets to go across because he paid those 2 gold earlier. Hello, Talisman the Magical Quest game fans. It is I, the Talisman Wizard, here for another live stream with y'all. Thank you for joining in. Today, or tonight rather, I'm going to have a special setup where I'm going to be playing Talisman 5th edition. Technically solo, but really, hopefully, it'll be against you people out there on live chat. I got everything hooked up so I can see what you're chatting to me. I'm going to be controlling the Dwarf character. Take a good look there. That will be my character, and then the more the merrier here. If you guys get in here and join, you can start commenting. I'll try to kind of set up a scenario or a couple options for you to do. to select from, but you'll live chat, you'll be playing as the troll. So I don't know, I kind of have a weird setup here, but is what it is. It's working, you know, it's great. It might be that my chat is a little bit behind where you guys are at. So forgive me if I'm a little delayed in what decisions you want done and how everything syncs up, but that's all right. Anyway, I'll just get right into it. If anyone's watching or you're watching this later, thank you for tuning in. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I do appreciate it. But the troll special abilities, you may choose not to roll in the crags. If you roll, you must accept the result. When you roll a 6 on the die for your movement, you may heal 1 life, not exceeding your starting life value, instead of moving. Your turn ends after healing. And also, I think I had a little bit of music I wanted to play here, and maybe this will work. Hopefully it's not too loud for you guys, and hopefully it's playing, but it should be. Okay, and then also the troll has a strength of 6, a craft of 1, starts with 6 lives, has 1 fate, starts with 1 gold, and begins in the crags. Alright, so that is you guys. And then the dwarf, I'll go over the dwarf abilities here. You may choose not to roll in the crags or chasm. If you roll, you must accept the result. You can evade creatures and characters in the hills. When rolling in the cave, you may add 1 to the die total. You need only roll 1 die when attempting to open the portal of power with craft. You need only roll 2 dice in the mines. You are unaffected by the maze card. Strength 3, craft 3, 5 lives, 5 fate, 1 gold, starts in the crags. Alright. Well, I think we'll just give it a couple more moments, see if anyone hops in as we're getting started here. I let people know on my Discord, which you're welcome to join, the Talisman Wizard Discord. I ought to leave a link in the description. I will try to do that on future videos, or maybe I'll go back and edit this one and put it in there. But yeah, it'd be great if you guys join the Discord, the Talisman Wizard. There's not a whole lot going on there nowadays, but sometimes people post little fun things in there, and I'm trying to build up that community, and so yeah. Alright, I think before we get started, I just wanted to show a little bit of an intro video, and it's not really an intro video, it's a video I posted before, but it kind of gives you a little bit of knowledge of where I live, generally speaking, here in Alaska. And it kind of compares some of the places that I go to on a regular basis in my home region, hometown, that are like some of the spaces on the Talisman board. So I'm going to pause the music. I'm going to get that going, and just to kill a little time and get some viewership on this one. So here we go. Hello, Talisman the Magical Quest game fans. Talisman Wizard here. And today I'm going to show you around some spots at my hometown of Juneau, Alaska that remind me of certain spaces on the board of Talisman. Let's go on an adventure. This is your home. You live surrounded by wonder. Your planet is one of strange creatures and magical kingdoms. Of meddling demons, capricious fae, savage monsters, and fair knights. It is a place where the mundane and extraordinary overlap. It burgeons with marvels and perils in equal measure, and is populated with all manner of folk, from the cunning mage to the humble beggar. Yet for all the world's miraculous variety, all the species who vie to survive and prosper amid its teeming kingdoms, only one will guide it through the coming age. Perhaps that person is you. Adventurers from every reach of the globe flock to the enchanted land at the heart of all things, where the quest takes place. For though much of history has been lost, the parting decree of the great gods is known to all. A champion must claim the crown of command, but be warned, the road is long and arduous. Only the most skilled among you will prevail, and for those who fail, death awaits. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everybody else, and everybody all together now. All right. So as you can see on your screen, we've once again, I just wanted to reiterate that if anyone joins up, and I don't know whether there's people, is there people watching right now? Hopefully so. Two watching. Maybe it's just me and one other person. I'm just monitoring. But anyways, yeah, so we've got my character on the right, the dwarf, and we've got live chat, you guys, the troll. All right. If you can read those, feel free to go over that and get yourself prepared for this epic journey. I did go over it just before the break, but just wanted to give you another chance to check those out before we get started. But I think I'm just going to go ahead and zoom back over to me here. Yeah, I've got the board all set up right here. I've got a cool camera angle with my iPhone up above me, set up with a tripod and all that good stuff. I'm all ready for this, if you guys are. Couple little notes. Basically, I know this probably isn't the best of timing for a live stream, I think a lot of my viewers on the other side of the world might be sleeping right now or just waking up. So definitely give me some feedback or comments if you have any sort of advice for me on when a good time to do live streams are, or maybe things like that. But just trying to do my best to make entertaining and informative Talisman content for you guys. I always appreciate constructive feedback, so thank you. Okay, but let's get this cool angle set up here. I guess first off, let's do a wide angle of it. Here's the setup, and I'm going to go with a little different view of it when we get started fully, but just to give you an overview, and maybe for anyone watching who isn't too familiar with the new Talisman 5th edition or Talisman in general, I guess I could just do kind of an overview of the basic rules and how the game works. So yeah, we've got our two characters in this case. You can play the game with 2 to 6 people, 2 to 6 characters. There's a bunch of other characters in the game. Like, I'll zoom back over to me for a second and show you. Well, not counting the toad, which you don't want to become. And anyway, that's getting ahead of ourselves. But there is, you know, the wizard, the ghoul, the assassin, the sorceress, and a few others, and I'll go over them in a different video. And I actually do have a video going over some character strategies for each of these. And so yeah, 5th edition's pretty cool. Let's go back over to the board. Basic gist of it. In this case, we got these two characters, the troll and the dwarf. They both start at the crags. It says on their character card where they start. You're going to spend most of your time for the first part of the game in the outer region, and then this is the middle region and the inner region. The ultimate goal of the game is to get to the Crown of Command, where you will fight the Elder Dragon, which has a strength of 10 or a craft of 10. Well, it has both of those, but you choose whether you're attacking with strength or craft in the end. To get to the Elder Dragon, you have to pass through the Portal of Power, which says, attempt to enter the portal. Pick the lock with craft or force it open with strength. If your roll result is equal to or less than your chosen ability, move to the plane of peril. If it is higher, stay where you are. So once you break through, you get to the plane of peril, you're choosing either to go to the crypt next or the mines. This route, mines, Vampire's Keep, pits, and then Valley of Fire to the Crown of Command is better if you have a higher craft. Because when you go to the mines, you subtract your craft from the roll result of 3 dice and immediately move to 0 or less mines, you stay there. 1, Plane of Peril, you go backwards. 2 to 3, Portal of Power, you go here. Warlock's Cave, 4 to 5, you go back here. And so on and so forth. This is better if you're better with strength. You're going to have to do a little dice with death. Well, they call it Death's Domain here in this edition. Werewolf's Den, where you're going to have to fight a werewolf that gets potentially really strong based on what you roll. Anyway, you're trying to get in here and beat these trials. You do need a talisman, which is one of these cards right here. I'll show you. You need a talisman in order to make it through the Valley of Fire to the Crown of Command. You can't even enter this space unless you have a talisman. In this edition, you're allowed to have, let's see, what was it? Talisman do not count towards your object limit, which is normally 4 objects. Unless you get a mule, then you can have 8 objects total, and for every other mule you get, like, you add 4 slots of object space. And then yeah, so Talisman don't count towards your object limit. They are, they can't be taken from you by another character unless, well, what does it say on them? It says, once gained, a talisman cannot be intentionally dropped. It does not count towards your object carrying limit. So, yeah, you can't just drop it, but somebody could take it from you in battle and stuff like that still. Oh, there's so much I could go over. So much. And it's a wonderful game. I love it because even though there's a lot of element of randomness to it, there's a good amount of a decent little bit of strategy to it as well. Organized chaos in a way. But yeah, get a talisman. You can get it from the Warlock's Cave. You can get it from the temple. You can find it in the adventure deck. Lots of ways to get a talisman. So, yeah, I've got videos. Actually, on this channel, I don't know if I have videos that really explain the rules, but I did make a video on a different channel. 907 Extreme is another one of my channels on YouTube where I kind of explain the basic rules of 4th edition. But sometime, probably just need to go over every little rule in this game for a video. But right now, let's just play. So, without further ado, I'm going to show you the angle I'm going to go with here. Here's the board. Here's me. You know, I'll be playing this till one of these characters is victorious and one of them is defeated. If I have to play just solo, that's all right. As you can see on my channel, I do tend to play solo Talisman and post it up. So I don't mind doing that. And if anybody joins in live and wants to tell the troll what to do, that'd be cool. You can face off against me. I think this would be a cool concept to do if I time it better sometime. Maybe more people online and chatting it up. My bad if this was a bad timing, but no worries. Yeah, let's just get into it. So, I guess we may as well start by rolling to see who goes first. The dwarf rolls a 1. The troll rolls a 2. Alright, so the troll is going to get his first go. Troll rolls a 5, and it looks like he can go over to the woods or over to the fields. I don't know. Oh yeah, both characters are neutral, so you know, you can get more fate at the graveyard, which is nice. So stay over there. Alright, it's a craft 1 Lemure. And I guess I could show that up here if I find the right angle. Craft 1 Lemure. And fortunately, but unfortunately, I guess the troll has a craft of 1, and so does this, so whoever rolls higher wins. It's going to be, that's for the troll, that's for the Lemure. It rolls a 6, and the troll rolls a 2, so that's a loss. And the troll loses a life, just like that. Okay. And then on to the dwarf. There's a 2, and so the dwarf is going to choose to go to the woods and draw a card. Bandit of Strength 4. Dun dun dun. Alright, so if we defeat, if I, the dwarf, defeat this bandit, I collect it as a trophy and gain 1 gold as well. In that case. Alright, so my strength is 3, his strength is 4. Here is for the dwarf. 5. And for the bandit. So the bandit got 8, I got 8. It's a standoff. Alright, we'll just leave it at that. Standoff, nothing happens, bandit stays alive. Okay. And now we are on to... Ooh. I wonder if I could put my logo up there. That's always kind of nice to have. No, that's going to mess everything up, isn't it? Okay. That's okay. Alright, back to the troll. rolls a 5. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just risk it for the biscuit. Go to the forest. Try to roll. And, of course, he rolls a 1. He's attacked by a brigand and loses 1 life. Yeah, just, he'll just lose a life instead of wasting his fate. I guess that's another thing I forget often in this version, this 5th edition, is that you can spend a fate to go up to 6 in either direction instead of choosing your movement roll. So probably he would have wanted to do that, but it's alright. Alright, Dwarf. 5. So he can go to the plains or the hills. I think he'll go to the hills, since his ability is he can avoid things there if he needs to. But he got the princess. Follow her. You may heal up to 2 lives each time you visit the castle. You may exchange the princess for 3 gold at the castle. If you do, discard this card. Okay, first follower for the dwarf. Okay, back to the troll. Troll rolls a 3. So we have the fields or the fields. Let's go to these fields for a change. Draws an adventure card. Strength 2 wolf. Should be an easy fight for the troll, who's strength 6. Alright, so troll is now at an 8. Wolf is at a 4. That's a victory. So put that there as a trophy for the troll. Alright, so he'll need to get 6 points of trophies worth of strength trophies in order to get another strength upgrade. One of the red cones. Alright, and here's the dwarf. Fields or Lemire, craft 1. Let's go for the Lemire, get him out of there. It's craft 1, so the dwarf rolls a 6, which would be 9, versus for easy win. So the dwarf now gets a trophy. Alrighty, and then back on to the troll. Rolls a 1. Let's go to the ruins and draw 2. Oh boy, so it's going to be a dragon and a water bottle. He has to face the dragon first, which is strength 7. So he's got a chance since he is the troll, after all. 6 plus 2 is 8. Uh-oh. Dragon rolls a 6. No way he could win now. And the water bottle will be staying on the ruins. The dragon will be staying on the ruins. Sorry to say, troll, but you lost another life. Doggone. Okay. Well, back to the dwarf. Rolls a 2. He'll go to the hills. He's safe there if need be. Ooh, poltergeist follower. Oh boy. Poltergeist has attached itself to you. You must take it as a follower. While it is your follower, your movement slows to 1 space per turn. You can only rid yourself of it by crossing the river between the outer and middle regions. Then discard this card. Okay. Another follower. Gonna be bouncing back and forth for a little while, maybe. Could be good, could be bad, we'll see. Troll rolls a 2. And he could go to the forest or tavern. Let's go to the tavern. He's gonna roll there. Rolls a 6. And next turn he can go to the temple if he wants. Via the ferryman. Yep. Okay, so the dwarf now is gonna just bounce over here. He does have the poltergeist as a follower. And he gets a bag of gold. So we'll discard that. grab a gold for the dwarf. Now he has 2. All right. So, chat. Anyone out there? Let's see. Anyone watching? Don't know. Probably not. That's all right. But if anyone wants the troll to do something, speak up. If they want him to go to the temple or just roll, this would be where I would ask such a thing. But anyway, I guess I shall make the decision. He's going to the temple. Rolling 2 dice at the temple. And he rolls a 9 total, which is going to give him 1 spell. However, he doesn't have enough craft. He has to have a minimum 3 craft to have a spell, so he doesn't get it. That's too bad. Alright, back to the dwarf. Rolls a 1, dwarf, poltergeist. Going to the hills. Draws 1. He gets the Chalice of Life. Ooh. Magic object. No evil character may possess the Chalice of Life. Add 1 to your craft. You do not lose a life in the desert. Okay. Cool. So he adds 1 to his craft. Alright. Back to the troll. Rolls a 3. And so I think the troll's going to want to go to the castle and pay 1 gold to heal 1 life at the castle. There we go. And then the dwarf will move to the sentinel yet again. Draw 1 card. It's a strength 4 serpent. So our strength is 3, 8, and 5. So he beats the serpent. Takes him as a trophy. And actually that's enough trophy points to turn in for another strength for the dwarf. Lovely. Alright. Back to the troll, who rolls a 3, and he could either go back to the temple, or he could go to the Hidden Valley and draw 3 cards. He's gonna go to the Hidden Valley and draw 3 and risk it for the biscuit. He's got a Shadow, Craft 2, Goblin, Strength 2, Mage, Stranger, who will bestow 1 spell per visit to any good character that encounters him. Okay, well, it looks like the Goblin has the lowest encounter number, so that's going to be a Strength 2 versus the Troll's 6. Troll is 10, Goblin is 8, so he beats the Goblin. Another Strength trophy. The craft battle against the Shadow is going to be close. The Shadow's 2 versus the Troll's 1. Troll has 3. Shadow has 4. This might be as good a time as any to use that bait, but no, he's just gonna lose his life. Okay, so yeah, the Mage and the Shadow remain here at the Hidden Valley. Alright, and then the Dwarf will again move 1 space to the hills, draw 1 card. Magic object, ring, Add 1 to your strength and 1 to your craft. Oh boy, he's upgrading quickly. Got the poltergeist, the princess, a ring, and a chalice of life. Alright, 1 to strength, 1 to craft. Alright, the dwarf might just rush this game. Potentially. Gotta get a talisman though. Alright, troll. Rolls a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Runes or woods. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think he wants to get out of here. He's just going to sit at the crags and take a break for a minute. Speaking of a break, I think it might be a good time to have a little break myself. Now, don't let me forget, I'm going to put this talisman under the dwarf like this to remind myself that it is the dwarf's turn when we return from break. But we're at about an hour of being live on the air. Maybe I've only been on here like 20-30 minutes, but in any case, I'm just going to go ahead and put on my be right back thing, and I shall be right back in a few. Thanks for tuning in. Hello, Talisman the Magical Quest game fans. Talisman Wizard here. And today, I'm going to show you around some spots at my hometown of Juneau, Alaska that remind me of certain spaces on the board of Talisman. Let's go on an adventure. This is your home. You live surrounded by wonder. Your planet is one of strange creatures and magical kingdoms. Of meddling demons, capricious fae, savage monsters, and fair knights. It is a place where the mundane and extraordinary overlap. It burgeons with marvels and perils in equal measure, and is populated with all manner of folk, from the cunning mage to the humble beggar. Yet for all the world's miraculous variety, all the species who vie to survive and prosper amid its teeming kingdoms, only one will guide it through the coming age. Perhaps that person is you. Adventurers from every reach of the globe flock to the enchanted land at the heart of all things, where the quest takes place. For though much of history has been lost. All right, we're back. And I might just chalk this up to another grand experiment. A few things I've learned, I think, is that timing is everything with these live streams. Also, I should probably announce them a little more in advance to as many channels, different communities and stuff as possible. I think this is a fun concept, and I think I have a pretty good technological setup to make it work all right. I think the concept of having chat control the other character is going to be fun in the future. I don't know that basically what I'm trying to say here is I think I might just call it a night, but I do appreciate anyone who's watching this after the fact. If you have any sort of encouragement, constructive criticism, or feedback of any kind, I'm more than open to it. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I do appreciate it. Talisman the Magical Quest game fans. And enjoy the rest of your day, night, evening.